Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am Ryan Clifton Bowl, and I want to get right down to the news. President Joe Biden has done it again. He gave a speech affirming transgender teens and basically telling parents to affirm their transgender children about being transgenders, encourage them, So listen, check this out. I'm going to let you guys listen in on an audio clip. Some of you may have already heard him say these words, but I'm going to let you guys listen in on an audio clip that I got from Breitbart News on his exact words, and then I'm going to give you my detailed opinion on this whole debacle, this whole agenda. So let's stand by here. The article says, tell parents, affirm your teens' transgender claims. President Joe Biden released a video Thursday to encourage millions of insecure and vulnerable teenagers to embrace the elite claim they can transform into quote, transgender person, into a popular transgender person of the opposite sex. Now, these are his words. Let's check this out here. These are his exact words.
I want you to know that your president sees you. Jill, Kamala, Doug, our entire administration sees you for who you are, made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. But we know it's hard when there are those out there who don't see you and don't respect you. For example, the onslaught of anti-transgender state laws attacking you and your families is simply wrong. This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills. And we're committed to advancing transgender equality in the classroom, on the playing field, at work, in our military, in our housing and healthcare systems, everywhere, simply everywhere. Today, we're announcing even more steps, but there's always more work to do to end the epidemic of violence against transgender women of color and girls of color, to ensure transgender seniors can age with dignity, and to finally pass a bipartisan Equality Act to help transgender persons around the world live free from discrimination and violence. Above all, to be there with you. To parents of transgender children, affirming your child's identity is one of the most powerful things you can do to keep them safe and healthy. To any transgender American who's struggling, please know you're not alone. To parents and children alike, please ask for help. And know this, you're so brave, you belong, and we have your back. God bless you all. Be brave.
You heard that, didn't you? So you heard that. I'm going to leave a link to that article in the description box below, and you guys can read that from Breitbart News on your own. But you know what's crazy about this is one of the things he said in the speech about how that this is basically, when parents affirm their children's transgender identity thing, that it's healthy and it really will help them prevent them from suffering from acts of violence. Now, as I said in the previous videos, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. As a consenting adult, I don't care, and most Americans don't care what a consenting adult decides they want to be. If you want to be, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, and you're a woman, you want to be a man, or you feel like you want to be a man, or you feel like you want to be a woman, that's totally up to you. That's your business. Particularly what happens in the privacy of your own home, whoever you want to be with, that's your business. Most Americans who are heterosexual don't care one bit. But let me tell you this. I guarantee you this. Most Americans disagree wholeheartedly with any person in leadership position, whether in politics, whether in education, whether in the church, that pushes this kind of sexual activity on their children. Now, you may have a few parents, mixed up, twisted parents, that are trying to bring their children up this way. But for the most part, parents are against this being pushed on their children. That's why I keep doing videos on it. I keep doing videos on it. It's because it's the leaders. 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 That's why I'm so passionate about it. It's the leaders in office. It's the leaders. It's the teachers in the school because they're leaders. It's even people in religious. You even have some pastors. It's a minority, but you have some pastors or so-called pastors in churches and religious affiliations that are pushing this or at least encouraging it. They're not renouncing it. They're not speaking out against it. They're not exposing it. This is what our young people are being faced against. And it's really, really bad, man. It's really, really bad. And I really, really, my heart goes out to our youth. My heart goes out to our youth. But this is just sick and disgusting to have a president, a leader of our country, telling parents, encouraging parents to affirm their children in this kind of lifestyle. These are children. There is no way you can justify this kind of activity. None whatsoever. And it needs to be exposed. It needs to be brought out. It needs to be talked about. Listen, for those parents that want, as I said before, those parents that want this for their children, that's your choice. That's your choice. That's your choice as an adult. That's your child. That's your choice. But leave it out of the schools. Leave it out of the schools. The schools are supposed to be teaching math, history, science, and other classical, where they stop doing classical teaching, classical subjects in the schools. Those are the things that schools are supposed to be teaching, not this kind of sexual, I don't know what they call it. It's evil, I know that much. When it comes to these children, it is. When it comes to the children. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody, well, look, man, these are children. These are children. They are not thinking about this kind of stuff. They don't think about it until these Marxist, communist, socialist transformers get them to thinking about it. That's what there is an agenda being pushed. It's not just something that's happening. It's an agenda. And I'm going to keep saying that until people get it. It's an agenda, and it's up to the people. We the people to expose it, and then when it comes down to election time, vote the right people in office. Vote the right people in office. To me, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Vote the right people in office, or don't vote at all. Because they can't just get in office on their own. If you don't vote for them, I don't care. They can be selected. If you don't vote for them at all, whether it be a Republican or Democrat, and they pushing this type of stuff, if no one ever votes for anyone. I mean, everybody all over the country say, wait a minute, this is sick. You guys are pushing this type of stuff on our children. If they don't vote for them at all, they can't just get in office. I don't care how much money George Soros pay for their campaigns or whatever. You just can't install them in office because that's not how our constitutional republic operates. They have to be voted in. Now, somebody may argue, well, it has to be done, but the actual person, the president is chosen by the Electoral College. Yes, but the Electoral College rallies up or tallies up all the votes from the people. If there's no vote from the people, the Electoral College can't do anything. So if the people stop voting for any of these politicians that's pushing for these evil agendas on our children, there wouldn't be any vote. Nobody get anything. I don't care whether they're Republican or they would not get in because the people collectively will refuse to vote for them. Either one that's pushing this stuff on our children. So that's what I wanted to say there. There's a whole lot, it's just right in your face. You got a president, and Joe Biden actually said this, man. He said this during his on his campaign trail when he was running. He said, "I'm going to be the most I'm paraphrasing where most pro liberal politician there is. I'm going to really fight for these people." And in his mind, he thinks he's doing something good. But in reality, his rhetoric is pushing an agenda upon our young people that is dangerous. That is absolutely dangerous. And it needs to be exposed. And it needs to be talked about. And it needs to be brought up to the table. And it needs to be stopped by our votes or non-votes. So I just wanted to say that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, share this video, and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again.